The sparsely populated desert region in the heart of the Arabian Peninsula is known as Najd. This region was never directly ruled by the Ottoman Empire. Instead, the Ottomans made agreements with Arab tribal leaders in the region. These tribal leaders would guarantee Ottoman trade caravans safe passage through the desert and would promise to protect them from raiding Bedouin tribes. The Ottomans did not have many economic interests in the Najd region as the land was barren and uninhabitable. They only needed safe passage through the region to protect their trade caravans which were on their way to the Persian Gulf, and to protect pilgrims traveling from Iraq to the holy city of Mecca. Therefore, the Ottomans established relationships with tribal leaders such as Muqrin bin Zamil of the Bani Khalid tribe and Abdul Aziz bin Rashid of the Shammar tribe, who would charge the Ottomans a tax that would ensure safe passage through the desert. Ottoman control over the Najd region varied depending on the fluctuating strength or weakness of the empire's central authority. In the year 1845, after the death of his father, Shaykh Rakan bin Hathlin became the leader of the Ajman tribe, which was an influential tribe in the Najd region and was one of the tribes that the Ottomans had to pay for safe passage between Syria and the Persian Gulf. After becoming the leader of the tribe, Shaykh bin Hathlin made a series of reforms and began assisting the impoverished population of the Al-Ahsa oasis. Because of his generosity, his influence grew rapidly, and within a few years, he managed to defeat many of his enemies and gain the support of many of the tribes of Najd, which allowed him to establish his own state. After gaining wider influence in the Najd region, Shaykh Rakan bin Hathlin began to increase the safety tax imposed on the Ottoman caravans passing through the desert. After being charged higher fees for protection, and after realizing the expanding influence of the Ajman tribe, the Ottomans began to plot the downfall of Shaykh bin Hathlin. However, Shaykh bin Hathlin began to ambush Ottoman trade caravans passing through the desert, and he demanded that the Ottomans pay the stated amount. After military action failed, the Ottomans attempted to destroy Shaykh bin Hathlin from within. Therefore, Ahmed Madad Pasha, who was the Ottoman governor of Syria, sent letters to tribal leaders in Najd stating that a large reward would be granted to anyone that would hand over Shaykh bin Hathlin to the Ottomans. In the year 1870, while Shaykh ibn Hathlin was on a journey in search of green pastures and grazing land, a man named Ibn Auda, who was put in charge of collecting taxes from the Ottoman caravans, collaborated with the Ottomans and informed them of Shaykh bin Hathlin's location. Therefore, after Shaykh Rakan bin Hathlin returned, he was arrested by the Ottomans and replaced by a pro-Ottoman Shaykh. After being arrested, Shaykh bin Hathlin was sent to a prison in Istanbul and was later transferred to a prison on the outskirts of the walls of the city of Niš, which is now part of modern-day Serbia. Shortly after his arrival in 1877, a war broke out between the Ottomans and the Russian Empire, and Serbian forces began conducting attacks on the western borders of the Ottoman Empire. Shaykh bin Hathlin, who was being held in a prison that was located on the front lines of the war, witnessed many of these battles from the roof of his prison. The Serbian army inflicted huge losses on the Ottomans and kept on bombarding the walls of the city of Niš. After losing several battles, the Ottomans appealed to Shaykh bin Hathlin, as they were aware of his reputation as a skilled warrior. Shaykh bin Hathlin agreed to help fight the invading Serbian army on the condition that he was released if he won the battle. The Ottomans agreed and released him, allowing him to select his own weapons and a horse of his choice. As a result, Shaykh bin Hathlin led an Ottoman army in a heroic battle against the Serbians. The battle lasted 2 days, and Shaykh bin Hathlin managed to defeat the Serbian army, forcing them to retreat. After this battle, a pardon was issued by Sultan Abdul Hamid II on behalf of Shaykh bin Hathlin, and the Ottomans released him. Shaykh Rakan bin Hathlin was invited to Istanbul, where he was awarded a Medal of Courage. The Ottoman Caliph Sultan Abdul Hamid offered him a position in the Ottoman army, but Shaykh bin Hathlin preferred to return to his tribe in Najd. After returning to Najd, Shaykh bin Hathlin continued to manage the affairs of the Ajman tribe.